New agent course for new insurance agents, okay? So the path to success for new insurance agents is going to start with overcoming initial hurdles, how to start in the insurance with the right mindset and structure. The biggest sales tip I can give you on this factor is the biggest indicator of your success in the first few weeks is going to be how much you show up, showing up daily and hitting activity targets no matter how you feel, setting personal activity goals and sticking to those. Consistent effort early is crucial for the long-term success. So as you move into the next section, you're going to start learning how to follow others and see what's working successfully with agents that are doing the business, applying techniques immediately and avoiding excuses. Take responsibility for your environment and focus on personal accountability. You are a 1099 independent contractor, but you want to be able to go ahead and set a consistent schedule that you're going to stick to so that way the team here can help you turn excuses into reasons to push forward, help you handling your calls with confidence, mastering the basics of the call structure and the tone. So the tone, enthusiasm, and confidence are all keys to client engagement, practicing confidence even when you don't feel like it. Record and review calls to assess your delivery. This is why it's important to have a schedule with your team. That way you can work as a team to help you overcome the obstacles faster. If you just want to be a business in a box and do your own schedule, we have a different pathway for you. But if you're here with me on the 9 to 5 and you want to work during business hours, we're going to be able to help you out, okay? The biggest challenge agents have when they start out is handling the first 30 seconds of a call like a pro. So you want to drill this, you want to practice it, you want to avoid bad words that trigger resistance, you want to use energy, you want to engage in the greeting, you want to role play those introductions and overcome objections like, I already have coverage or I'm not interested. You want to move past those objections and keep the conversation going, okay? So building the need through fact finding, right? Closing problems usually start with poor fact finding. You got to dig deep into the client's needs, asking emotional, open-ended questions to uncover the motivations. Using probing question like, what's most important to you about your coverage? The mindset would be the sale happens when you solve a problem, not when you pitch a product. Converting leads into sales. The lesson here would be knowing when and how to push for the close, remind clients of their why when they hesitate, use their own needs to guide them back to the decision. These clients are professional procrastinators. You got to use soft closes like, let's see if we can get you approved today. Or let's go ahead and get this crossed off your list so you can move on to all the other things that you need to do. Be persistent. Callbacks are often difficult to secure, so you want to maximize every call that you're on, those live opportunities that you do get. There's a lot of people that have problems with call reluctance. So you got to overcome that fear of making calls. You don't need to know everything. You just need to make the call and learn as you go. Nobody knows everything in the industry, okay? Make 20 calls without overthinking it on a regular basis. You should shoot for 20 calls an hour. Action beats hesitation every single time. So if you're just going to, you don't want to have to know everything to do everything, right? You have to get started so you can learn everything you need to know because you won't be able to learn at the beginning. So whenever you're getting into objections later on, you got to push past it. You got to sometimes get a few no's before you accept it. You're going to learn how to practice an objection handling techniques, but that comes later as you become someone who's, done a lot of appointments. We have a team here that can help you with the follow-up or with the second half of the call, so that way it's not all on your shoulders in the beginning. So your job is just really to get a closer on the phone with as many people as possible. You're still going to get the full credit when they help you close a deal, but the consistency in your working hours, if we define what work really is, it means you're talking to the client. You're not sitting at your desk, you're not at the water fountain, you're talking to somebody on the phone. You want to commit to at least 50 hours a week. I would say for your first 90 days, 60, 70 hours a week. The more time and effort you can put into directly engaging your clients on the phone, which is measurable, we can then correlate what you need to do in order to make revenue for yourself. But it's going to be pushing through hesitation and uncertainty. It's going to be using the client's stated needs to handle the close. It's asking them how this could impact their family. It's role-playing this daily, until your responses are natural and automatic. The close is easier when you've built the strong foundation during the fact finding, And you're going to get a chance to master that the moment that you start working with us on that first half of the call. You can always measure your effort, okay? You can track calls, follow-ups, closes, and identify those areas that you need to improve on. We have a CRM, customer relationship management tool, which helps you stay on top of those numbers. So when I have an agent start out and they have a writing number and they don't get on the phones, I can immediately see that there's a hole in their game. You can do everything, you can study everything, you can get contracted everywhere, but if you don't get on the phone and make a call, then everything else we do is irrelevant, okay? It also makes it harder for us to help coach you and teach you as an independent contractor on how you can have the best success. You got to master that introduction, right? So you're moving beyond the complaints that these leads give you. It's not always a lead problem, it's typically a skill problem, right? So your introduction and call frequency will have a big part in that. Your struggle with lead conversion would be that you need to focus on your introduction and you're triple dialing the prospects to get more people on the line. Practice your greeting, focus on keeping calls conversational, not transactional. The mindset here would be to take responsibility for the call in every single aspect, okay? It's fully on you here. We have a lot of people that have success, but in conclusion, this course, which we have here, which we can break out into multiple sections and go over and dissect, equips agents with the practical sales tips and strategies, which emphasizes confidence, consistency, strong fact-finding techniques. The structure encourages discipline, persistent effort to help agents increase success rates in the insurance sales industry. So here we share insights for those agents to achieve that success through their hard work and effort. Although you are 1099, we do live by the fact that, we have a system, we have a structure. You're welcome to plug into it because you are 1099 and you are independent. We're not making you show up to anything or do anything. We can just show you where you're going to be able to get the most results, right? You're never going to hear this enough or too much, but your effort is key, right? So the consistent effort in the first 3 weeks predicts your success. We're not just talking about contracting and all those emails and little paperwork you have to fill out and all the little things that go with it. We're talking about getting on the phone. We're talking about role playing every single day. We're talking about showing up to the Zoom call that's free that you can show up to and be a fly on the wall and learn and listen and engage and ask questions. You learn how to handle those client objections effectively. And these are regular everyday people. So if you can't handle these people on the phone that we're dealing with, it's going to make it more difficult for you in life to deal with these types of things. Getting clients back on the phone can be challenging, so you got to push for those first call sales. Listening to your calls will help you improve your skills. If you don't like it, that's an indicator that you should do it. Define goals. You want to have clear personal goals that are going to drive you beyond the fact that I'm on the phone as an insurance agent making phone calls. We're here for more than that. The system and support that we have is the strong training program that's going to provide that support that agents need. This is not easy. And so I don't expect someone just to take a writing number and go sell a policy. I don't think that's going to work too well. Work ethic over talent. Effort often trumps any talent that you might have, right? So the key in the insurance business is the consistency. We can make a whole course on that alone, but agents should prioritize consistent daily actions over worrying about their skill level. Everybody started out the same. Not everybody was talented, so everybody starts somewhere. You can't compare your day 1 to somebody's day 1500. Success comes from the persistent hard work. 90% of your success is just show up every single day. You're going to learn how to fact find. Properly understanding people's needs and building rapport are essential to closing those sales, so you don't get all that resistance in the end. You'll learn more about that later. Agents should focus on exploring the client's motivational needs before pitching products. The biggest thing that agents do when they start out, don't make excuses. Avoid making excuses. Successful agents take ownership of their situation. They don't blame the leads as an external factor for their performance. A proactive mindset is crucial for success or growth in this industry and any other industry you want to do after this. Communication skills. You're going to learn how to have confidence and tonality, and you'll see how that's greatly going to influence all the client interactions that you have. Agents should practice effective communication techniques, which we have here, to improve your chances of making those sales. Emotional detachment. New agents should work on separating their emotions from the sales process. You can be empathetic and you can understand, but you still are the insurance doctor, right? You're there, you got to talk with assertiveness. Being overly concerned with the rejection or, objections will hinder your performance. You got to commit to 50 to 70 hours a week, right? After 90 days, you can dial it down to 40, but during the first 90, you really got to get over that learning curve, okay? This is essential for your success. Productivity is measured by meaningful client interactions, not just time spent at a desk. The growth mindset, every single day, you're embracing challenges that are just going to help you find greater success by overcoming those challenges. Learning from your failures and adapting quickly is going to help you thrive in the insurance industry. And lastly, we're here every day and work is meant to be fun. You're not here working just to work. You're not here just to make money. You're here to accomplish your goals and dreams, both personal, professional, and financial goals. We do one-on-ones with our agents to provide them with those daily measurable actions that they can take in order to achieve family goals, church goals, life goals, fitness goals, whatever the case may be, right? If we don't know the answer, we'll get you plugged into somebody who does know the answer, okay? My name is Griffin Henderson. I work with LC Financial Group, and I do Medicare, I do life insurance. I teach people the simplicity of how to get started in the life insurance business. The simplest place to get started is final expense telesales, whole life insurance policies. We also can offer mortgage protection. That comes secondary. And then third, you got Medicare later on down the road and hospital indemnity insurance where people can insure themselves against hospital bills and unpaid or unexpected medical expenses. So essentially, at the end of the day, my job is to help all insurance agents get up and running as fast as possible. If they don't ever show up to Zoom, they don't ever call me or text me, it's going to be very difficult. Again, you are a 1099 independent contractor, and your effort and your money that you make is always going to be dependent on your actions that you take. That doesn't just include contracting or all the paperwork that you have to do. It includes every single aspect of being on a phone, communicating with another individual, and using us as an advantage for you to close deals for you. When we get on a call as managers or senior leaders in the insurance industry here at our company, we are more led to close that deal for you than we are for ourselves. It actually drives us harder and it actually makes us want to push more for that new agent who needs to make that first check. We don't take any of the proceeds from your commission. We give you the full 100% sale, okay? So you might want to pick up a few states as quickly as you can. They're low cost. You can pick up like 5 states for less than $100, and then you'll have a total of probably about 6 states at that point. And then, maybe picking those states up along as you go, and then in the future, we want to look to see how the company could possibly help you once you've been able to consistently make sales in the states that you're licensed in, okay? That's all I got. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this video found you well, and I look forward to the next course.